from a pure martial arts standpoint, what happens on the ground, whether it's positions, submissions, stuff like that, that's all jiu-jitsu. Combat or martial arts can be essentially broken down into categories. You have striking. Striking could be broken down into just punching or punches and kicks or just kicks, right? And then grappling, you have the stand-up, which is the takedown aspect, and then you have what's on the ground. Jiu-jitsu primarily focuses what happens on the ground, whether it's submissions, whether it's positions, specifically what's on the ground, that is essentially jiu-jitsu.
If you run at a treadmill, if you're just lifting weights, you see results, of course, but you're not learning anything. The self-ensure that you really can defend yourself doing a martial arts, you feel ready, you feel powerful.
Now, when I explain it to somebody that either needs to look at this from a self-defense scenario or a woman who's walking in the streets in this big city by herself, they care about what's going to keep them safe when they're going home to their car at night. It's notorious for being the 120-pound person going against somebody that's 250 pounds and winning.
And jiu-jitsu kind of became famous because they were the only martial arts to really prepare people for what I call the worst case scenario. What happens when the fight does end up on the ground?
I feel safe that my daughters know some jiu-jitsu. And they go to college and some crazy things happen and she have to say no. She know how to reinforce her words, if there's some crazy thing happen. I used to work one of the teams. I was the founder of one of the professional fight teams called American Top Team. And we used to train professional fighters from the start to UFC champion. I competed a lot in jiu-jitsu and accomplished a lot in jiu-jitsu competition. I started really thinking about, okay, I wanted to do something else. And I created what we call the Martial Arts Nation, but everything in terms of developing and the love of the martial arts. So with that, I end up, by luck, living really nearby the UCF. And I thought, man, I gotta find out who is in UCF that is interested in martial arts.
Late 2018, Master Liborio came in and he started teaching the clubs. He started teaching both BJJ and MMA. I was looking for guidance. I was looking for someone to, like a mentor, to essentially help me grow the club. So we met and it was like a happy marriage. Our numbers were so great. We had probably over 1,000 students one semester. Yeah, it was insane. Because of that demand, we started the class. Right? I was his TA throughout all the years. Under his blessing, I'm now teaching the class at UCF. And that class has been going strong ever since.
There's a lot of fear about martial arts. So we made an environment that everybody was welcome. We made an environment that everybody who really not gonna be judged by anything. You don't need to be athletic. You just gotta be a nice person that really wanna help others and wanna connect. This is therapy. It's not about being good and beating up people. Is therapy. This is a tool against stress, depression, anxiety.
The origins of jiu-jitsu essentially started in India, went to China, Japan, and then eventually Brazil, and now America. The founder of judo, Jigoro Kano, he had a student, Mitsuyo Maeda. Mitsuyo Maeda went to Brazil, and he taught Helio and Carlos Gracie. Carlos Gracie has a son named Carlson Gracie, and Carlson Gracie taught Master Liborio, right? And then Master Liborio is teaching us directly. So we're actually very, very close to the source of the lineage for jiu-jitsu. On average, they say it takes about 2 years to progress from belt to belt, right? You go from white belt to blue belt to purple belt to brown belt to black belt.
This is the coral belt. That's it. It's called a coral belt, obviously, because it looks like the snake, right? The coral collar of the snakes there. But you spend 31 years on a black belt and helping the community, make the community grow so you can actually get the coral belt.
If you want to start learning jiu-jitsu, you want to start training, just start, right? Don't wait for the perfect time, because that perfect time might never come. That's my best advice.